Global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned. Hello guys, welcome to Global Happenings. Today we have a trending news here for you. And the headline of the news reads, Hope for Emeka Ihedioha as Supreme Court sacked APC governor-elect in Bayelsa State. Alright, but before we continue with details of the news and further analysis, we'd like to encourage you to please subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button for those of you who have not subscribed, and then also click on the bell icon so that you can get notification anytime we publish videos on YouTube. Alright, let's look at the news in detail.
The Supreme Court on Thursday sacked the governor-elect of Bayelsa State, David Leon, and his deputy, Barakoma Degi Eremioyo. The Apex Court, in an unanimous decision by a 5-man panel of justices led by Justice Mary Odele, held that Degi Eremioyo presented a forged certificate to the Independent National Electoral Commission, as INEC. It held that the form CF-001 Degi Eremioyo submitted to INEC for the purpose of the November 16, 2019 governorship election in the state contained false information of fundamental nature. Justice Ejimbi Eko, who delivered the lead judgment, reinstated the November 12, 2019 judgment of the Federal High Court in Abuja that disqualified Dege Eremioyo from participating in the governorship pool. The Apex Court held that since Dege Eremioyo shared a joint ticket with governor-elect, his disqualification invalidates their nomination by the All Progressive Congress APC. Consequently, it ordered INEC to immediately withdraw the certificate of return that was issued to them and issue a fresh one to the party that secured the second highest number of votes and got the required constitutional spread, which is PDP. The judgment followed an appeal that was filed by the People's Democratic Party (PDP), its governorship and deputy governorship candidates in Bayelsa State, Doye Dire and Lawrence Ikoro-Jokpo.
Oh wow, this is great news for PDP, and so much hope that something may likely happen, especially in Imo State, because that's where a lot of people are looking at. If you look at what actually happened, those things that happened in the Bayelsa State, there was no fraudulent, because like people love Leon and all of that, but unfortunately he paid up. He paid with someone who actually had false document, and imagine how it has ended up affecting him. All right, but we're going to be looking at some response from different persons, the Nigerians, before we go into further discussion. This one said the same judgment would have been meted out to Buhari and Alhaji Atiku Abubakar if Supreme Court meant well to Nigerian nascent democracy. To me, I didn't see anything different, because we are talking about same certificate forgery by not completion of INEC form EC001 and non-qualified to vie the elected office. This one said this is a face-saving judgment to annul the bitterness from the Imo governorship contentious declaration of Uzodinma versus Ihedioha. The Supreme Court should review their judgment and reinstate Emeka Ihedioha as a duly elected governor of Imo State, period. And this one says confirm news aid by Channel TV. You see?
And he was there live.
Okay. This was the APC national chairman, assuming they should appeal the judgment at Aso Rock. And this one says, I know PDP will be glad. No review of judgment as in Imo's case. Supreme Court this time around is the last hope of the government, because it has favored PDP, and APC maturely will accept defeat eventually. I'm beginning to like APC way of handling judicial verdict. This one saying, now wow, I think Supreme Court should look into the name APC to know whether it was forged who knows? It's a lot there, and this is really a good one. We just want to apply that is Supreme Court and all the people and the judges who were there, because this one is a clear indication that they did not consider anything. We had said, we have talked about this, that they want to, in any way that they can, restore back the dignity of judiciary. They will do everything to make that happen, because Antango was not involved in this one.
No, this is just 5-man panel.
Wow, I'm surprised. Why?
Led by Mary Odele.
Wow, so what made him to opt out this time around?
The backlash, the backlash was too much. After the last one, that the mago and the guru he did the last time. Subsequent ones he forged sick. He couldn't, due to some personal reasons, he was not available. So it was now system of 7-man judges. It became 6-man judge panel, 6-man panel, and it didn't stop there. He went further to say that the judges are overwhelmed. There are a lot of court cases coming at the same time, and they are short-staffed. So he was now telling President Buhari, to look into the matter. They should, recruit more, get more people up, promote more people to Supreme Court level, so they'll have more judges and all that. But be that as it may, I just feel this is just a safe face. But if you ask me, this is a good one. If they continue like this, and Ihedioha's date is being fixed, because of course we all know that Ihedioha has filed for a review, and if the date is finally fixed, I see them trying to do something. If you watch, one of the respondents said something very funny. Really, he said, because it now favors PDP, it is okay. It's not so. Let's leave sentiment. I'm a very apolitical. I don't belong to any party. If you recollect, Mary Odele said that he had to go through, the verdicts coming from, the lower courts, lower as before he gets to Supreme. Yeah. They had already removed his
before that
deputy.
Time,
yes,
I was
they
surprised.
Disqualified him. But all of a sudden, because the case was in the court, the APC allowed the joint ticket to flow.
Yeah.
And while the case was still in court,
I think it was also. I think it was either appeal court. Yeah, it was appeal court that said it was okay.
The
there
high
was
court,
nothing.
yeah, but that's why he went in. Then a high court disqualified.
Yeah.
Now they now brought the whole case. Remember, there was so much outcry over this Ihedioha, Emeka Ihedioha, and Uzodinma's case. So they gotta be very careful. So they had to look at it critically. Was there forgery? Yes, there was.
Yeah, the names were not even rhyming.
It didn't jive. So for that reason, the court upheld the High Court judgment, which says he's disqualified. Now, if he's disqualified, based on the fact that they had a joint ticket, you can't disqualify a deputy and leave a governor. So
exactly.
This one is the personal scores now between Leon. I'm sure Leon will scream fire and brimstone.
All right, but the question here is: would this be considered as a compensation for PDP? Because I'm trying to look at a swap here. You guys are overly interested in Imo State, but we've taken over Imo State. So possibly I'm looking at this particular one as being a swap for Emeka Ihedioha. Emeka Ihedioha, there's still hope for him, because one of the things I believe that judiciary right now are doing everything within their powers to restore its respect for a judiciary once again. Judicial president is always held, especially from the Supreme Court, is always held in a high esteem. So a situation whereby something got wrong and what was done was totally not acceptable by the people, and there is outcry from different quarters. As I'm talking to you right now, there's a lot of that was a day or two before today. There was an outcry by PDP right in Imo State. This guy Uzodinma had already won, before now, that they should not bring up anything like protests in Imo State, that it will be hindered. But PDP, as of yesterday, even today, they have gone out again, protesting that the Supreme Court need to review the case so that they can get back their mandate, that everything that was done was actually wrong. There had been no response from the Supreme Court, though already this guy has employed the services of about 30 lawyers, and even an former Attorney General of the Federation, who is also a senior advocate of Nigeria, Kanu Gabi, is also among the 30 lawyers that is employed by Emeka Ihedioha to see how they can make this guy see the reason why they should return back the mandate to him. So a lot of fears in the air for Hobuzodima right now, because based on how things are going, it's like judiciary are saying, man, we are not interested in whatever federal might. We have to restore back our dignity. It's overly important to us. And with that in mind, there's so much trouble in his mind. I could still remember some 1-2 weeks ago, he came out and was like trying to bring in, Buhari into the case. And what he said was that actually he knows some personalities in Imo State who are trying to see how they can topple the government of President Muhammadu Buhari. He said a lot of things, but nobody gave him ears, because as at that time, the case of insecurity was at the highest height. There were a lot of killings. Baribe, as at that time, now when Baribe was talking about the president resigning his appointment and all the likes, so he wasn't really being given attention. So right now, Emeka Ihedioha has some hope, because if truly the Supreme Court are out to restore back their dignity and respect, as the last hope for the common man, if they reconsider this case and look at the mathematical, the combination and permutation that was done, which gave this guy the victory, they will come to realize that all of it was surrounded with falsehood, and they may likely get back the ticket or get back the mandate to Emeka Ihedioha. Hope, what we will preempt is that he should keep pushing. But for me, I believe that giving Bayelsa to PDP is a way of compensating. It's a way of compensating, PDP for Imo State. And don't forget that even Dixon, a day ago, I saw there was a video where he was almost being stoned by the people of Bayelsa. And the people at the background, the person who was, videoing the whole thing, was saying something that, oh, party that we have been managing, you messed it up, and now they have taken the state away from us. So from what I saw, there was actually PDP that way, out there crying out and all of that. We'd like to leave it there. Go to our comment section. What will you have to say about the Supreme Court this time around? Do you think that this is just a compensation for PDP, or do you think that from the Supreme Court verdict, there is a likelihood that they may restore back, the mandate of Emeka Ihedioha back to him by, kicking out APC Hobuzodima and returning back his rightful position, that's Emeka's rightful position, back to him?